my clock, I can't stop. Fuck around, make my 40 pop. No popcorn, I pop pistols. Reaming my body, clothing no issue. Bitch, you look sick, you need a tissue. You drop a body, I just might bless you. I'm metrosexual.
Yo, what is going on, everyone? It's Wraith here, back with another video. Now in today's video, I'm going to be basically going over, and I feel like this is a lot of people right now in this scenario, where basically you're in the 1,000 to top 200 range for tournaments, and you're doing pretty good, but you're not really at that top level, and it feels like you're almost maybe plateaued in Fortnite. You're not really getting that much better. You're putting in hours grinding, box fighting, creative, whatever the case is, and you just feel like you're not improving at all, and you just can't break through this plateau. And this is kind of where I am right now in Fortnite. Recently, in the past 2 or 3 days, maybe even a week, I feel like I've been actually improving pretty good still, even though I thought I was at a plateau. And a lot of it helped because I basically hit up some pro players from different servers like Oceanic and stuff, and I even donated to a couple on Twitch and kind of asked them their thoughts. So I kind of made a list compelling to those people who are basically like where I am, whereas the top 200 to top 1,000 range, they can't feel like they can't get to the top 150, they can't get to the top 50, whatever the case is. Well, in today's video, I'm going to be helping you guys out, and honestly using these tips myself, which I have been using in the past week, and I feel like they've been helping me improve a ton. So if you're looking forward to this video, make sure you slap a like button, comment what you want to see for a future video, hit that subscribe button, and let's get right into today's video. So kind of like I said, if you're kind of in that range of 1,000, top 1,000, and you just can't break through and get to that top 150, 100, whatever the case is, there's a couple things you need to start doing. And the first thing is grinding, like I'm talking grinding and perfecting your moves that you already know, instead of spending hours and hours just doing nothing or practicing new crazy high ground retakes or whatever the case is, right? So what I mean about this, if I like to use the Mongo as a perfect example, and basically if you watch his warm-up video or if you watch him play creative, he's still doing and he's still practicing for 20 minutes that one play where you take a wall, edit through the wall, and place a ramp, edit the ramp by cutting it in half and then shooting the person. That's all he does. For 20 minutes, he practices that specific move. He's been doing that for probably 3 to 4 months now, for almost every single day. So obviously, he's almost never going to mess up on that specific move. Again, same with the trap boxes. He knows how to do multiple trap boxes, and he practices them every single day. He practices his tunnels every single day, practices his 90s every day, practices his edits every single day for a long time. You don't see him learning crazy new high ground retakes, some crazy edit peaks that you're barely going to use. He practices things that he's going to use on a daily basis in almost every single game, or even some specific things that you could be using quite a bit or could help you win a fight completely. For example, the Benji fishy peak, where you basically edit the ramp, phase through it, and then edit the wall so you can get a peek with the guy still thinking you're behind the ramp. They can do that almost instantaneously without ever messing up. So that's what you need to do. You need to stop learning crazy new high ground retakes, just dumb things that you're not gonna practice, like crazy, I don't know, like box fighting tutorials or whatever, right? Just stick to the basics, stick to things that work, and just grind those out so you never mess up. That's the biggest thing I personally find is the difference between pro players and people who are just outside that range. Like I said, the top 200, 300 players, is because the pro players don't mess up when they have the opportunity. People like me, people like, well, I'm assuming people watching this video who are kind of in between that range, still will mess up occasionally. Like for example, I'll take a wall, I'll throw the ramp in, and I'll miss the edit twice on the ramp, and then the buddy will escape, and that could have been an easy kill, easy 100 damage on the person, right? So obviously these are small things, and you may be practicing one thing for 45 minutes just to specifically get it down, but trust me, if you can get that one thing down and you never mess up on that again, that'll get you a ton of free kills. Now it could be anything, like I said, it could be a specific edit for a box fight, like doing the one where you edit the top 3 corners, jump up, shoot, and then re-edit it. Whatever the case is, just practice something that you know that will work, and you know you're going to use a lot. Now my next tip is make sure that your mechanics deserve to be at the top 300 players in your region. So a lot of people are like, okay, well, like, I have good IQ, blah, 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 I practice a lot, but, like, I don't know why I'm not at the top of the top. Well, basically, if your aim's just average and then your editing's really good, you're not going to be the top 200 player, right? You basically need to make sure all of your mechanics, I'm talking all of them, editing, aiming, building, are all above par and all at the range where they need to be. You need to make sure you have good, fast edits. You can't be missing shots that you should be hitting. You need to make sure you can be able to beam people mid-air when they're rotating with a launch pad, and you need to be able to make sure you just know that your mechanics are top level. Like I said, if your mechanics are just average, or even if you have really good building, really good editing, but your aim's average, you're not going to do as good as you possibly can do. If you feel like one of your mechanics, like your aim's not where it needs to be, or your editing's not where it needs to be, start working on that specific mechanic to bring it up to where it needs to be. Because if it's not, like I said, you're not going to do as good as you can. Now this next tip, and I've talked about this in so many videos and I'm sure you guys knew it was coming, is you need to start VOD reviewing. And I'm not talking just like watch 20 minutes of your own gameplay, maybe mark down a couple things. I'm talking about if you really want to get past that plateau and get to the next level in top 50, you need to be grinding a specific mistake you do. Again, for example, if you miss a specific edit and you see you miss it multiple times, you need to go in creative and you need to grind that edit so you never miss that again. If you feel like you made a bad push there, like if you, for example, you push to the left side instead of the right, then get into a solo game or get in an arena, do that exact push over and over until you stop going to the left side and you go to the right. For example, did you do a left-hand peek in a fight? Box fight and never do a left-hand peek until you specifically do only right-hand peeks. Figure out what mistakes you're doing by watching your VODs and make sure you fix that specific thing. Don't just mark it down and just be like, hey, whatever, I realize that I did this wrong. I won't make the same mistake again, but you probably are going to make the same mistake, right? So go in creative, go in a game, and fix that specific mistake. Like I said, this is the part where it just becomes straight grinding and who puts in more time and effort on trying to improve, because everyone from the top 100 to 1,000 are all very, very similar. Game IQ, mechanical skill, everything like that. So you need to do everything possible that you can do to push yourself above them and further past them. So if you fix small mistakes every single game, well, then you're not going to make as many mistakes and you'll be able to place higher and do better. Now the next tip is very similar to this one, and I've said this in other videos as well, and it's watch pro players and watch people better than you. I've talked about this so much, but if you focus on watching people like Mongrel, Booga, Bizzle, whoever you like enjoy watching, make sure you watch them, learn from them, and put that in your own game. I see so many people all the time will watch pro players, will watch Benji Fishy, and they just watch it to have fun, which is completely fine. But if you're really trying to get to the next level and you're really trying to improve, you need to start paying attention to every small detail he does. For example, like I said, Benji Fishy, every single small thing he does, and start replicating it in your game. What does he do if someone pushes his height and takes height? Does he box up? Does he retake height? What happens if someone starts to box fight him or he's pushing a box fight? Whatever the case is. Like I said in previous videos, there's a reason as to why they're pro players. So figure out what it is and put it in your own game. Trust me, it's so important to learn what they're doing, what works for them, and to put it in your own game, because then it can start working for you. If you think you're just going to become a pro by not watching your own VOD reviews or watching other people play, unless you have literally unbelievable IQ, unbelievable mechanics just naturally, then you're probably not going to become a pro. You need to trust me, and you need to watch other people play and learn what they're doing right. Even if they're not better than you, there's a couple things bad players can do that are more intelligent than you could do, right? Now the last tip, and this is a big one, and this is something I need to start working on a ton, is you need to take height end games. Now a lot of people I know, especially me for example, or even my buddies, when they get in the cash cups or solo tournaments or whatever the case is, right? They just, like, I'll just play mid-game or not mid-game, mid-level or low-level, like low ground at the end game, and basically I might get 1 or 2 kills or even no kills, but I'll survive, right? If you really want to get to that next level of top 100, you need to start pushing and learning how to win a height almost every single game. If you can take height 3 out of those 15 games for the cash cups, you can pop off getting like 5 to 6 kills and get an easy win or easy top 3 placement, right? taking height is so important, and it's something that I haven't been doing enough, and I need to start learning how to take height more and start pushing for it. Because once you take height, like if you watch, for example, Benji Fishy, like I said, I've been watching his VODs recently so much because he's such a good player, and in his cash cups he almost always takes height if he has the opportunity to, and whenever he takes a height he gets like 4 to 5 kills easily and has a really good chance at winning the game. And if he doesn't win the game, he's placing like second or third. So trust me, learn how to take height and fight for it. Like actually go in an arena, go in zone wars, and start practicing taking height end game. It will get you those extra 10-15 points that you need to break through that top 200 range. So hopefully this video helped you guys out. I know this is kind of a tough spot because a lot of you guys are probably in the same boat as I am, where it's just like frustrating because you don't see yourself getting any better and you're putting in the hours, whatever the case is. But yeah, hopefully this video helped you guys out. If you did enjoy it, make sure you slap a like button, comment what you want to see for a future video, and hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace.